use the time we have today to learn a bit more about what you're doing. Obviously, I read your website. I've seen some of the cool projects you have going. Yeah, it's also nice to see someone using AI for something concrete. Yeah, how WordPress factors into that. How does that sound?
From my own background, I've been using WordPress since I don't even know what version, the earliest versions, and I've been using it for forever and gone through the progression. So everybody's got to evolve their website. And if I can get a good backbone to support everything that I'm doing, then it's just easier for me to deploy and make promises
Mhm.
and keep them. The more support that I get from a team, the more it'll help me give a specific cost structure so that everything's all up front for the customer.
And it sounds like this is a new. Is this a new venture?
In my early years as a entrepreneur, I quit my job in 2001 and I started working for tourism operators really straight full time. Now, I've been working years at doing a business plan online where I'm teaching newbies how to use AI tools and getting some success with it, doing the YouTube videos and getting people into my community. And yet, many of the automations are promising passive income, just install this and away you go. You have to build an online audience, you got to build some content. This is not easy. So people jump in thinking it's easy for $34 a month, but then they fade off after a couple months. And I'm putting in loads of work up front for a customer that's not actually viable for me. I recently started working with Adam Egger from Germany, and he gave me more clarity of a business plan where you should be focusing your skills on a customer that has the pain you can solve. They're already trying to solve it and paying to try to solve it, and they want a better solution. And you could probably then step in and help them. So I'm getting back to focusing on clients who have established revenue streams, businesses that are working, they have a website, they have social media, and their website sucks. It's 20 years old. It's time to upgrade to something new, and the WordPress backbone is easier because you get something that everybody understands and they can actually log in and do stuff. And with my automations, what I want to do is set it up so that they can send pictures from their phone. It'll go out to their website with a little story that the AI has written by looking at their picture. The website sends it out to their social media. And so everything becomes just one step for them. And the only thing that they do then is to respond to engagement rather than spending any time making content, so long as they have a WordPress backbone that my machine can hook up to.
And just to make sure I kind of follow along, the sort of the pain point is that they don't know why they're not getting the traffic, the conversion, whatever it is that they need, and the website is kind of the point of failure for many of these people. So you'd be building a new website, connecting it to your tooling, and your tooling would make it simple for people to have a stream of content that allows them to hopefully build traffic organically, do the kind of thing they want to do, but without having to be too hands-on with the website themselves. Am I in broad strokes following?
Yeah, there'll be I instead of me coming up with a solution and approaching them and say, here's a solution I have, what I'm doing is a survey where I'm asking them open-ended questions to find out what problems they have, whatever they need to have solved, and then I can come up with something that might. So some of them will need a whole new website where they'll just take their old website, take the content, make it so that it's formatted for AI search citation. So when the people
Mm-hmm.
are searching for fishing in Ontario, your website is cited by the AI tools now. So that when people are
Yeah.
saying, hey,
Uh,
give me a fishing lodge,
GEO, is that what it's called now? Generative Engine Optimization, I think people are calling it.
G,
I
GE, yeah, yeah,
think.
but your content has to be restructured. And it's easy to do, but you have to do it. You have to have it structured that
Yeah.
way, so then you'll be found for all of this kind of stuff. So while you're going from your old static website, we'll move you to a WordPress website, which is still pretty static unless you update your blog if you want. But at least in the transition, you'd be reformatted, restructured for this new AI search. So it's kind of
Yeah.
the thing, but it's one of the things. It depends on what the individual person wants, but
To your initial question about finding a solution that has predictable costs, super reliable,
mhm.
um, the website is never going to be a weak point in what you're building. I think you're in the right place. We
Oh
have
yeah,
some tools that I can talk about
yeah.
that I think we have a lot to do there. Um, on the agency side of things, we work with so many different agencies. We work with agencies from freelancers doing this on the side through to agencies managing, 2,000 plus sites, everyone working in their own niche, everyone doing different things. The agencies that I know, and it sounds like you might be thinking about like SMBs mainly, working with sort of smaller businesses who don't have like in-house departments, marketing departments, who don't have a great handle on technology. Maybe they're relying on social media right now only. Maybe their website is, like you said, a decade old and isn't doing what they need. Um,
Those are some of the tourism organizations, DMOs, that are a hub for a group of businesses. So if you are a real estate business and you have a hub of real estate agents, or if you are, any kind of business that has a hub of different customers or that are regular for them as a membership organization, then you've got to promote your membership. This is an important one for my content strategies.
and on the SMB side, um, it's definitely the businesses that traditionally have gone with word of mouth or like yellow pages, those kinds of things, or to some extent social media, where I'm seeing agencies who started uh, very small or at the just a few clients. A lot of them are working with I don't know what the best way to say it is, service based. That seems to be a really fertile niche for websites, whether it's like pressure washing, car detailing, um, you know, uh, landscaping. This niche seems to be overly represented by people who know at some level that they need a website, but they're like way further from having the ability to do it or the time to do it. I don't know if it's because they don't often have offices, because they tend to they take their calls on the run and they book their appointments, in a notepad while they're driving, whatever it is. They're not, um, they know that the value's there, but it's just so far down their to-do list. And that's kind of what I'm hearing from quite a few of the agencies I work with. Like, if you can get those people talking about it and get them excited, they will commit. And, to your point of being able to streamline things for them, I think that's a really potent kind of approach for those people. Um, your entire business plan and approach echoes something that I've heard from a couple of agencies who've been really successful lately. And they've said it's a hard time to persuade people to do things economically, bit of a nerve-wracking time, a lot of factors going into it. Small businesses, tourism-oriented businesses are wary of committing anything right now. But on the other hand, balancing that scale out is the appeal of AI. This thing that, like, am I missing out by not doing something with AI is like a pretty powerful like counterbalance to the like default to inaction kind of perspective at the moment. And specifically what you're talking about, not just structuring for search, not just taking something that doesn't exist yet and creating it to structure for like generative AI search, but also taking something that exists and restructuring it. But it's not just about search, it's also about the enthusiasm and excitement they have about having the possibility of AI agents supporting them with their work, and kind of explaining that, well, if we structure your information well for um, to be, cited in AI-based searches, we can also structure that information to provide you with the tools you need to have the information you need to have an effective AI agent, supporting you with your business. So I don't know how far down that road you're thinking, but there's a lot of excitement there from these smaller, businesses who are time crunched, who want to make the most of it, to think, well, yeah, well, you know what, if I did that, maybe that's worth the time. And these agencies have told me doing that pushes people over the kind of finish line to committing, because they can see that benefit more than they can see just a website.
Okay, and are those AI agents as part of the plugins that the WordPress backbone has now available to add onto a WordPress website?
The information I sent you in my first email about the WordPress MCP, I think that's
Oh,
extremely relevant here because
yeah.
when you host with us on WordPress.com, we are, I believe, the only host that has OAuth authorization built in. So you can connect your tool of choice in a read-only fashion to a client's WordPress site without jumping through a bunch of hoops. So you could use that to provide that agentic experience, using tools of your choice.
So you're enabling the website to become a knowledge base for AI.
Essentially, yeah, I believe so.
Crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Th-
Yeah.
That
And it's a work in progress. We have a big vision. We have an entire AI team here at Automatic. They're also massive contributors on the core WordPress side of things in the AI projects there. But yeah, we really see, WordPress is a big database.
Yeah, it's been a genius business idea since 2002 or something when it was first opened up to open source, and then they started to really build the back end of Automatic, the whole company. It's been fantastic.
The question for you would be, when you're approaching these customers and you're doing your survey and you talk them through the process and you get their pain points, what do you envision the relationship looking like?
People who I'm talking with personally, everyone is so like my approach isn't to sell them a WordPress website. My approach is to ask them, what are you doing that's working? Where are your pain points? What can I solve? Some of them will say, we just need a new website. And I'll say, this should be restructured. Take the same thing that you have, put it into this better WordPress with this nice citation structure, and you'll probably stand out in the whole search world now like never before. It's a real opportunity.
And in that case, on the Automatic side of things, when you sign up with Automatic for agencies, you get access to all of our products, WordPress.com, Pressable for hosting, Jetpack for site management and other security backups, things like that kind of all in one that you're talking about.
Hmm.
And then WooCommerce for e-commerce. So if you have clients who manage stores, you can use that. And what we're doing is putting it all together in this one dashboard. And with WordPress.com, you get 50 gig of storage per site, free staging. You get unrestricted bandwidth and unmetered visits. So your clients never have to think about how many people are visiting their sites. They go viral, it's fine. The hosting scales. It's on our own cloud-based hosting. So we burst up to like nearly 100 PHP workers when available. So, you can have a site that gets 50 visits a week, all of a sudden getting, 10,000 visits, and you're not going to be on the hook for managing their resources or dealing with overages. It all just is included, and it works really well. You just put the right plan in the cart. You drop their email and a message in here, and then you can just copy the link and you give it to them.
Yeah.
And this actually means you don't need to tell them what to buy. You don't need to tell them how to add you as an admin because you're already an admin on the site when it's created.
Yeah.
So it's super streamlined,
Exactly.
super
They are
straightforward.
totally in control. They have their credit card on there. They know that they own it. It's theirs.
And best of both worlds, you don't have to talk them through how to purchase hosting. You don't
Yeah.
have to show them. Yeah. And you don't have that, first client experience of like, well, I'm going to make this easy for you. But now you need to figure out how to add me as an admin. Now you have to do all this. You're just giving it to them in like a nice package where they hit pay. And that's all they need to do until you've got the site ready for them.
Boom. Super. I love it.
Cool. Well, yeah, I mean, so it sounds like you're kind of going to be integrating this into your business plan. There are plenty of other opportunities here. If you come across e-commerce clients, let me know because there are things we can do to help you.
All
Basically.
right. That's important to know.
Yeah. Cool. Well, is there anything else you kind of hope that we would cover today? I do have to run in a moment because I've got
No,
another
I
call
will let
coming
you
up.
go. I am super grateful for the call, and I will definitely be following up for some more insights as to what the other agencies are doing that you see are successful. I really appreciate the tips you gave me today.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time.
All right. Thanks. Bye for now.